welcome to our very first meeting, and it's nice to see you ladies. So we have some big decisions to make for our very first year, and we also want to make our decisions keeping our vision statement in mind. And our vision is to provide footwear that meets the needs of every customer, whether you are looking for affordability or high quality. Funky Footwear will also strive to foster positive relationships with our employees, communities, and environment. So going forward, do either of you have any decisions that you would like to implement or strategies for our very first year?
Yes, I was actually thinking of a couple of ideas yesterday, and I think our SQ rating should be a little higher than it is right now. Therefore, our prices for our wholesale should be higher as well, based on our quality. And another thing is our market share in the internet sales right now are pretty low. So to increase our market share, I think we should try to lower our prices for our shoes in the internet sales.
I think those are very good strategies. What about you, April?
Because we already spend too much money on increase our quality. So I think we have to decrease our retailer support and delivery time so we can save money. And we also can put 55% capacities in the private label because we want to focus on the private label market.
Okay,
yeah.
So we want to put, I guess, an emphasis on our private label and increase our quality rating and in turn increase our prices. Those sound like... Welcome to our second meeting. Things didn't go exactly the way we wanted, but I'll give you a little briefing on what did happen. We did see an overall decrease in market share, unfortunately. We did have a gain in sales, though. Internet sales decreased, but we have seen a significant increase in our private label. We did very well in the private label, including 53.5% market share in Europe, Africa. We also have the highest image rating in our industry, and one big area improvement that's needed is our credit rating and default risk. So going into year 12, is there any strategies that you would like to implement?
First of all, if we're doing so good in a private label, I think we should keep going and stressing on a private label and bidding more, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that.
And to gain more market share in the wholesales, we can maybe like decrease prices for internet and wholesale, both of them.
I agree, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also we can leave our market expense the same as the last year and increase our delivery time to 3 weeks. Also, we can increase our models to 250.
I think that would be really good in giving our customers more options. And I think with the decreased prices, we will hopefully see an increase in sales. I think that we need to get back into internet sales, and I think if we decrease our SQ rating and decrease our prices, we can do this. I also think doing a plant upgrade in order to decrease our production costs would be, yeah, it would really help with our high costs right now. Issuing a 75-cent dividend to our stockholders just to kind of, let them know we appreciate them sticking with us through these hard times, and with these decreased costs of production, I think we will have a positive cash flow and we'll be able to afford to issue the dividend. And I think also repurchasing stock would be great for our shareholders. So I think that's another strategy that could be really helpful.
equity and also market shares, and especially the credit rating from C- to A-.
In comparison to the industry, Funky Footwear did not fare extremely well. As you can see, we came 8th with an overall score of 55, which is significantly lower than the next competitor of 84. Our earnings per share, as you can see, we were on the low end continually throughout the 8 years of operations, and going into the negative in years 13 and 14. However, in year 15, when there is a big drop in competitors' earnings per share, you can see that ours actually significantly increased. And in year 18 was our highest year of $3.77, but again, it was still the lowest in the industry. Year 16 was a big, or year 15 was a big year for us. As you can see, the changes throughout the industry, everyone was going on a downward trend, while we were the only company to actually have an upward trend with an increase in +5. So starting at the beginning of year 11, we decided to do a high-end shoe. But towards the end, we had changed our strategy to a lower end in order to increase our profits. So as you can see at the beginning, in year 11 for our internet sales, this was us in comparison to the market share. And in year 18, however, when we were doing the lower end, you can see that our market share had decreased. However, saying this, we found that we were much more profitable with our lower end shoe, even though we had a lower market share. For year 18, so we're comparing the wholesale here. Again, with our high-end shoe, you can see that we were fairly competitive in regards to market share. Unfortunately, this was not profitable for us. So partway through, again, we changed to a low-end quality shoe. And again, our market share did decrease. However, this was much more profitable for our company. So the BSG game was a lot of fun. We didn't do the greatest, but there are a few things that we learned from it that we would do differently. The first thing that I would have done differently is the SQ rating. I think starting at a lower SQ rating would have been a good strategy to get our feel for things and keep our production costs low at the beginning.
Yeah, I personally think we should have done the plant upgrade earlier than we actually thought of it. We upgraded our plant in year 2015, which had a huge impact on our sales and profits, and it lowered the costs of production. So
also we can make the celebrities appeal earlier to expand our market shares, and also we can spend more on the advertising.
So that's what we would have done differently here at Funky Footwear.
I wear Funky Footwear because it's fun.
Because it's comfortable.
Affordable. I wear Funky Footwear because it's stylish.
I wear Funky Footwear